Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this lesson, we will be reading Surah Al-Fajr, inshallah. I will read it and you can repeat after me. Let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والفجر. Now here you see there is la on top of the circle or the ayah sign, which makes it an optional stop. Normally you are supposed to stop on the circle, okay, but here we have la on top of the circle or the ayah sign. That's why we have to option to carry on, and we can say wal fajri wa layalin, okay, without stopping. Wal fajri wa layalin. And here jim is one of the qalqala letters. There is a sukoon on top of jim, which means that we have to read it with a qalqala, with a bouncing or echoing sound, like fajr, wal fajr, okay, wal fajri wa layalin. Okay, and also here on ra we have a kasra, which means that we have to read it with empty mouth, okay, with tarqiq, like wal fajri, okay, re. You cannot say re because there is a kasra, okay, so you have to say wal fajri, okay. And if you stop here, then you have to read it thick or with full mouth, which is called tafkhim, okay, like wal fajr, wal fajr. Okay, so if you stop, you read it with full mouth. If you don't, then you read it with empty mouth because it is a kasra on ra. So it's going to be wal fajri wa layalin. Okay, the same rule applies here. Okay, it is an optional stop. So if you stop here, you say ashir. Okay, ra with full mouth. Ashir. And if you don't stop, then you say ashrin wa shaf'i. Okay, then ra is not going to be thick because there is two kasras. Okay, so according to the rule of tafkhim and tarqiq on ra, we have to read it with empty mouth because there is two kasras. Okay, but if you stop, then you have to say ashur, okay, with ra with full mouth. Okay, so walayalin ashrin washaf'i. عشر والشفع. Okay, and the same rule applies here, like wal watr or wal watri wal layli. Wal watri wal layli. إذا يسر. إذا يسر. والفجر وليال عشر والشفع. والوتر والليل إذا يسر. هل في ذلك قسم لذي حجر. قسم لذي حجر. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بعاد. In this ayah, Ra here and here, both of them are thick. Okay, they should be read with full mouth because there is fatha on them, like Tara. Okay, Tara and Rabbuka. Okay, you cannot say Tara and Rabbuka. You have to say Tara, Tara and Rabbuka, Rabbuka. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بعاد. إرم ذات العماد. إرم ذات العماد. So again here, Ra is with a fatha, that's why it should be read with full mouth, like Ira, Ira, okay, إرم ذات and here on Dal, we have to make qalqala because there is a kasra, but when you stop, you have to turn it to sukun. Okay, and whenever you have a sukun on a qalqala letter, you have to read it with a bouncing sound or echoing sound, okay, which is known as qalqala, like imad, imad. Okay, now as you see, we stopped here. Okay, even though it is an optional stop, so when you stop, you say imad, you put a sukun on dal, and now the next word here we have is alif, and the next letter is lam, and lam has a shadda. So now here you might get confused, but remember words like these, like alladhi, allati, alladhina, allati, okay, or allahu, or the words mostly with alif lam. If you have those types of words, you just put a fatha on alif and read it like allati. Okay, so remember these words and it will be easy for you to read these types of words. So this is allati lam yukhlaq, allati lam yukhlaq, مثلها في البلاد، مثلها في البلاد، التي لم يخلق مثلها في البلاد. وثمود الذين جابوا الصخر، جابوا الصخر بالواد، بالواد. وثمود الذين جابوا الصخر بالواد. وفرعون ذي الأوتاد. Okay, so this ra should be read with empty mouth because there is a sukun on ra, and that's why we have to look at the sign before, and that is a kasra. Okay, and the rule is that whenever you have a kasra before a ra sakina, you have to read it with empty mouth. Okay, like fir wa fir'auna. Okay, so it is called tarqiq. Wa fir'auna dhil awtad. الذين طغوا في البلاد. الذين طغوا في البلاد. فأكثروا فيها الفساد. فأكثروا فيها الفساد. فصب عليهم ربك سوط عذاب. سوط عذاب. فصب عليهم ربك سوط عذاب. إن ربك لبالمرصاد. إن ربك لبالمرصاد. فأما الإنسان إذا ما ابتلاه ربه فأكرمه ونعمه فيقول ربي أكرمن. فأما الإنسان إذا ما ابتلاه ربه فأكرمه ونعمه فيقول ربي أكرمن. وأما إذا ما ابتلاه فقدر عليه رزقه فيقول ربي أهانن وأما إذا ما ابتلاه فقدر عليه رزقه فيقول ربي أهانن كلا بل لا تكرمون اليتيم كلا بل لا تكرمون اليتيم ولا تحاضون على طعام المسكين in this word you have to join ha with dot when you drag it like حاضون ولا تحاضون على طعام المسكين وتأكلون التراث read this one with a jerking sound, okay, or the sound like a hiccup, like وتأكلوا okay? وتأكلون التراث أكلا لما وتأكلون التراث أكلا لما okay, as you see here, this one is an option stop. So if you stop, you say لما وتحبون but if you don't stop, then you have to join meme with wow, like لما أكلا لما وتحبون المال وتحبون المال حبا جما وتحبون المال حبا جما كلا إذا دكت دكت الأرض دكا دكا كلا إذا دكت الأرض دكا دكا وجاء ربك والملك صفا صفا وجاء ربك والملك صفا صفا وجيء يومئذ بجهنم وجيء يومئذ بجهنم يومئذ يتذكر الإنسان وأنى له الذكرى وجيء يومئذ بجهنم يومئذ يتذكر الإنسان وأنى له الذكرى وجيء يومئذ بجهنم يومئذ يتذكر الإنسان وأنى له الذكرى Okay, as you see here, there is a little meme, which means that you have to join the zal with meme. Okay, like yawma izin. Okay, so you don't say yawma izin, you don't say the noon. Instead, you turn the noon of tanween into meme, like yawma izin bi jahannama. And that is because it is the rule of iqlab that whenever you have noon sakin, like noon with a sukun, or a tanween followed by the letter ba, then you have to turn that noon into a meme. Okay, like yawma idhim bi jahannama. Okay. يقول يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي. يقول يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي. فيومئذ لا يعذب فيومئذ لا يعذب عذابه أحد. عذابه أحد. ولا يوثق. وثاقه أحد. وثاقه أحد. ولا يوثق وثاقه أحد. يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة. يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة. Now you see here we have alif, which is empty, and on ra we have sukun. So you might be thinking if it would be with a fatha on alif, okay, like I mentioned in the start of the lesson before, when I said like alladhi, okay, or alladhina jabu safa. So there we put a fatha on alif and read it, but that rule doesn't apply here. Okay, here you have to look at the third letter. Okay, you look at the third letter, and um, here we have a kasra on the third letter. So if you have a fatha or a kasra on the third letter, then you read this alif with a kasra. Okay, and if it is a dhamma on the third letter, then you put a dhamma on alif. So this rule works most of the time if it is not a shadda on the second or the third letter. Okay, but it is not a general rule. It works most of the time, but not all of the times. And the words start, that start with alif lam. Okay, so mostly if you put a fatha on the alif, it works. Okay, because they are ism in Arabic. So like alladhi, alhamdu, allahu. Okay, words like that start with a fatha on alif. But here, this is not ism, this is fi'l. Okay, in grammar terms it is fi'l, and that's why, like, it is amr. And in this type of words you have to look at the third letter and see if it is a dhamma on it, then you put a dhamma on alif, otherwise you put a kasra. So this one is going to be with a kasra on alif, like irji'i. Okay, irji'i. ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية. ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية. فادخلي في عبادي. فادخلي في عبادي. وادخلي جنتي.